Still journalist hangout. I still have GKB right here, and BKO is also right here with us. Now straight to our next conversation. As Nigeria draws closer to another election year in 2027, the political space is getting more animated. As such, the Obidient Movement has clarified that it is not mobilizing support for Peter Obi to contest as a vice presidential candidate in the 2027 election, stressing that its support is solely for his bid for the presidency. Describing itself as a nationwide value-driven movement committed to good governance, accountability, and the rule of law, the group said its sole objective is to promote the emergence of credible leadership through democratic means. The statement follows recent comments by Professor Patutomi, who warned that he would withdraw support if Obi accepted a vice presidential slot in the ADC. Okay. Oh dear. All right, GKB, let me start with you here. I mean, why do you think the Obidient Movement, they insisted on Peter Obi's presidential bid alone, nothing more?
That's the basis for the organization. That's the only reason why there's an Obidient Movement today. It's basically for Peter Obi to become president. There's no other reason why the organization or the movement exists. But they cannot eat their cake and have it.
Why do you think
Because the ADC, like any other political party, will have its internal organs on the way for its candidate to emerge. And by joining them formally, Obi has accepted to obey all the rules.
Yes.
And if one of the rules is that everybody must go to the primaries, they have no choice in the matter. And they have to also take it whenever, if not their candidate emerges. But for you to say that the party had no choice but to put Obi forward, there's something there at the same line, talking about democratic ideals. You can see the contradiction. You want somebody as candidate, come rain, come shine. You're also talking about democratic ideals. We all know must come through the ballot box, either through primaries or through consensus. But it must go through the process first. So when I hear things like this, I tend to just wave it off.
Do you think they'll be able to influence?
Well, if they are members, and if they have enough,
the ADC primary in Obi's favor, do you think?
If they have enough numbers within the party, registered members, why not? It's a game of numbers. Sure. It's not a game of emotion. It's not a game of sentiment. They must have the figures to ensure. Don't forget 2023, we have people in the APC who thought they've been singled out for endorsements. But when they went for the primaries, we saw what happened. So if Obi truly believes that he has the support of the members of ADC, to win, of course, can go ahead and good luck to him. But to expect that you can twist everybody's arm by saying you must give it to Obi, that to me is on an anti-democratic way of doing politics.
GKB called it anti-democratic. Why do you insist that anything less they won't accept?
Yes. Peter Obi has become extremely famous in our country. And he has his die-hard supporters. To those supporters of his, it is Peter Obi or nothing. To those supporters of his, Peter Obi won the last election. If I remember being in Yobe and I heard the vice presidential candidate of Labour Party claiming that they were winning the election, they were ahead, and that when they were ahead, they then decided to stop the
Beavers.
No, they stopped the electronic transmission of results. Baba Ahmed knew from the bottom of his heart that he was not saying the truth. Because even in his polling unit, he came third.
Really?
So if you are vice presidential candidate and you were rejected at your own polling unit, you couldn't win your polling unit. But you are claiming that you people won the election. In Zaria, where he comes from, Line Siliki, That is the word where it comes from. He can't win an election there.
PDP won.
Line Siliki, Zaria. I was born in Zaria. I know Zaria very well. In Line Siliki, where Baba Ahmed comes from, he can't win an election. Yeah. If you have your own polling unit, you couldn't deliver even your own. That's the minimum.
Yeah, the minimum, true.
That's the minimum. Your polling unit. Let people be sent, queued up
Yes.
to vote for you. You couldn't deliver your polling unit. You were defeated. But you are saying in Nigeria you won. So that's a bit of a digression.
Yeah.
But that's the way many of the obedient guys think. They still think that Peter Obi won the last election. Whereas, rationally speaking, he has no route to the presidency. And I've explained
Anytime.
that there is nowhere in our country with a Muslim majority that Peter Obi won. He only won in places where you have Christian majority. I've given the example of Osun. Osun has the highest percentage of Muslim in the entire Southwest. The highest percentage is of Muslim is in Osun State. It was Atiku Abubakar that won Osun State, the presidential election. So, but the obedient fellow will tell you that he won the election, he is a victim of election rigging, this and that. To them, it is Peter Obi or nothing. But from what we are seeing, Peter Obi could end up being the vice presidential candidate of the ADC. I'm sure he's not ready to let his supporters know what will happen now. But the man has his own plans. He cannot defeat an Atiku in the primaries of the ADC. He does not have what it takes to defeat him. How many people can even defeat Atiku in a primary?
That's true.
Yes, how many primary elections, apart from when he was in the
Lagos.
PDP,
No,
when
APC
the president denied him
ticket.
in his own party. Yes, the president then denied him, and then the support that people gave, people like Bola Tinubu gave Buhari. Buhari was able to defeat him. And I think even Kwankwaso did very well too.
Yes.
So
Okay, Biko, you
now what I'm saying
Yes.
is how many people, I'm not saying it's impossible to defeat him.
Yes.
They mean
Yeah,
different
I
things.
get you.
But he is such a political heavyweight that not just anybody can defeat him, especially if you don't have political structures. This is a man of extensive political contact and structures. He's been contesting elections.
1993.
He's been seeking to be president for more than 30 years.
Yes.
So you expect that he will be quite strong.
Okay, Biko, but you talked about the political compromise if he becomes maybe the vice president.
Yes.
Will Peter Obi's supporters be united?
That is the point. For me,
He faces political compromise.
For me, Peter Obi's best bet is to be deputy to Atiku. And if Atiku wins the election, I'm not predicting that he will win. It's not time to predict yet.
Yeah, sure.
If Atiku wins the election, certainly Atiku is not likely to do 2 terms. He may just do what Mandela did.
The Mandela option.
Yes,
The one he gave to Obasanjo.
Yes, paving the way for his deputy, which is Peter Obi, to emerge as president. He still has age on his side. He was born after the independence of our country, so he's still young. He's just a few years older than me. So he still has age on his side. So I believe that even Peter Obi, that's how he's thinking. But he is such a wily character. He's not, even his body language is not showing it. So people don't know what he's planning. He's trying to navigate the thing. You can't defeat Atiku in that primary because that ADC appears to have been created solely for Atiku. And you are not known to win primaries.
Yeah, that's
They
true. If
pick
you look at it,
They
it's
usually
always on the
pick you.
platter.
Yes, they give you on a platter. You are not going to spend the kind of money that others spend. Obi will not spend that kind of money.
Doesn't give shishi.
He gives shishi. That one is a lie.
Oh, okay.
There is no politician that doesn't give shishi. No, don't let anybody deceive you.
Oh, okay.
They give shishi. If you don't spend money at all, you can't win an election. In today's Nigeria, you can't win. So there are levels where he will spend money. No. Not that he doesn't give shishi, but he doesn't spend the kind of money that others spend.
Others spend.
But there are some legitimate political that you have to account for, you have to spend on. Nobody should deceive us that they don't spend shishi. You must spend shishi. You must spend shishi. Even, I think it was Kenneth Okonkwo who said, it's a lie, that if you don't want to spend shishi, then forget about Nigerian politics.
That's true.
Our politics is so capital intensive. So the way it is now, this thing, some of them, like even Aisha too, has said, that it has to be Peter Obi, that why should the best be made to play second fiddle? That's what Aisha is saying, that look, this thing, we are not going to take this. But I believe that as we move on,
reality,
and then they'll be able to come together and tell themselves that, look, the only way to defeat Bola Tinubu is for us to team up. You could then see people like even Kwankwaso also coming into the ADC and seeing what role he can play in defeating the ruling party. Because they are not just simply going to give up that Tinubu has won the election. They will give him a fight. They will give him a fight. And his supporters, his minders should not think that it's done and dusted. It's not over until it's over.
And the fat lady sings.
That's true. But could supporting Peter Obi as a vice president, do you think it will undermine the movement's credibility here?
Well, it depends on the end game. If the handlers of Peter Obi can sell the notion that Atiku will be a one-term president and that the sacrifice they are making is only for a term.
Okay, so
but it's only for them to sell it. And that is for the supporters to buy it. But their job is to sell the idea that this is a deferred gratification politically. That fine, you want a president right now.
Yes.
But if we defer for 4 years, we can take it the whole way. But we are talking basically on what the economists will call ceteris paribus.
Okay.
All things being equal. Because there are other things that will come up. Let's work on that impression that there's an article presidency in 2030, in 2027. Other variables will come up, including certain parts of the North insisting on their full tenure. That even Atiku cannot ignore. There are still people who are going to say people from Obi's ethnicity cannot be president. So you understand? So many variables will come in. But for today, the job is to sell.
But don't you think the power rotation, power should remain in the South? You don't think it will favor Peter Obi here?
As a candidate on top of the ticket, wonderful. But we just told you that's almost impossible.
Almost impossible.
For
power rotation.
Because if he was standing alone, fine, or he created a vessel for himself.
Yes.
Maybe. But ADC is basically Atiku's baby. Stevie Wonder can see it.
I like that. I like that.
So you don't go to a man's house and give him conditions. You have to obey. You can't tell somebody as a guest, I'm not eating amola, I'm eating tuwo. It's whatever it serves you. You either take it or not.
Or leave it.
So that's the reality of the reality we face. Of course, like I said, ceteris paribus, all things being equal. And even between now and next year, so many things could change. That's why they always make sure any bad news coming to Nigeria, they hang it around the neck of Bola Tinubu. Thinking that one day, one of them will stick.
Okay. All right, Vicky, just run. He says Stevie Wonder can see it.
I don't know about that.
But just to round it, just your parting thoughts on this, so we'll move straight to our final
it's a very dicey situation. Peter Obi risks losing a big chunk of his fan base if he agrees to play second fiddle. He played second fiddle in 2019.
The same team.
Is it progress? You are presidential candidate. You are demoting yourself to vice presidential candidate 8 years after you were president. 4 years after you were presidential candidate. You are going back to what you were 8 years ago. You understand? So it's not what many of his supporters want to see. To them, he's the one that they like. He's the one who can do the job. And if he now decides to play second fiddle, which I suspect he will, then he will lose a good number of those supporters. But what they then need to do is to do a lot of work, convincing them that, look, this is the best decision to take and all that.
All right, then. All right.